What's up, strugglers? Comic King here. I'm back! I'm back, baby! I'm back! Come on! I'm back! I'm here to get the pump and get the Comic King out of there. What's up? It's been a long time. I'm actually kind of nervous to make this video. I haven't shot it. Actually, I've attempted a YouTube video like this like months ago, pretty much a year ago. You know, videos like this, just trying to get it started and stuff. I know like the last upload I did was a year and a half ago, but I'll be honest, man, the last year and a half, it's been pretty rough, strugglers. It's been, life sucked, but you know what? You just got to keep fucking going. You know what I mean? Keep one foot in front of the other, keep going, keep struggling. As guts would fucking do. You know, you gotta keep moving. And I think November, I might be wrong, but I think November is Men's Mental Health Month. And for all you guys, all you strugglers out there who are, trudging along or going through a rough time right now, just know you're not alone out there. Okay, you're not alone. Everyone's going through rough patches. Hell, I just went through the last year and a half. If I'm being completely honest, man, it's been one of the roughest years of my life. Just a lot of changes. A lot of stuff has happened, a lot of negativity. A lot of great things have happened too. A lot of great experiences, but it's been rough. And I've always wanted to, get a YouTube channel going and just talk about what I want to do. But, I don't want to make any promises. I'm starting off, because, you just got to take one foot in front of the other, right? But, if I'm, get Comic King fucking going, man, there might be some changes. I might not do as much. It might not, it's going to be ambitious, but, might not do as much. But who knows? I'm not going to even talk about that, right? It's going to, what happens. What's going to happen is going to happen. And just going to put the work in, But, yeah, life's been freaking rough, man. But I'm just like, you know what? As rough as it is, I know doing something like this, content creating, anything like this would help and get my mind going and hit me in a positive mood. And it's something I want to do. And this would make me happy, man. It would, YouTube makes me happy. Comic books, all this stuff. It's my main hobby. It's my bread and butter. It's my favorite thing to do. And you know what? It's gonna make me, goddamn, my 35 fucking sucks. But yeah, man, this kind of stuff will make me happy. But holy shit, there's so much has happened within the last year and a half, man. Maybe I'd like to maybe do a separate video on this, but who knows? But I'm gonna do I want to do like graphic novel reviews, single issue reviews. I'm working on a thing I might call like the breakdown, which kind of not really a podcast, but podcast style, where we just talk about different comic books or books or stories or anything really, just whatever, that'd be the main premise. But if other topics got brought up or conversations, that's okay too. But and then these would be kind of blog style, just I'm gonna call them chapters, man. But chapters of my life, right? One day at a time. That's how Guts keeps going. That's how strugglers keep going. That's how we strugglers will keep going. One day at a time, man. And get the pump. Keep breathing. Get the pump. Fucking get the attitude. Get to the chapter. Always put the goal in front of you. One foot in front of the other, man. Come on. Make yourself useful. That's what Arnold says, right? That's what fucking Arnold says in the documentary. And what's that? Bill Hader. I think Bill Hader was on Conan, right? He was on Conan one time. And he told that story first time he met Arnold, and he's like, show me your leadership capabilities. Make yourself useful. Come on, that's what we gotta do. That's what you gotta do, man. It's the best for mental health. Like, I'm gonna do this, working out. I'll be honest, as rough as life's been lately, the last couple of weeks I've been in the best shape the last couple of weeks than I have the last almost 2 years, man. You just gotta put the work in. But anyway, I'm going on a side tangent, but maybe I'll make a separate video. But dude, the Penguin, holy shit. Okay, Batman, friends, family, Jesus, Batman. I'm just kidding, but Batman's my favorite character of all time. It's my favorite comic book character. It's my favorite superhero. Him and Superman are my two guys, man. And holy crap, was the Penguin amazing. Season finale wrapped up. This is full spoiler, so it's been out for a while. So if you haven't seen it, then do yourself a favor, go watch it, man. But the ending, oh my god. This is one of the best. I say this about everything because I'm a fan about everything, man. Something's got to be really bad or mediocre for me not to like it. I mean, Marvel's been doing pretty good at that lately with bunch of mediocre garbage and shit like that. But dude, the Penguin, golly, was that a breath of fresh air, man. That might have been the best comic book show since probably season 3 of Daredevil for me, man. It was amazing. I really liked it. I mean, I'm a Batman guy. I'm the kind of guy, I'm such a big Batman fan. Even though I love the Bat family, like I could read a solo Nightwing story, or like I love the 90s Tim Drake Robin stuff. Those are fun reads. But like a lot of modern stuff, you know, but I'm a kind of Batman guy where like I don't like Batman without Batman. Like if it's a story in Gotham but no Batman or anything, I don't really care. I don't really like it. Now the villains are different. You could give me a solo villain story. If you make a solo Batman villain story and it's really good, I'll dig it. But when it comes to the extended Bat family, even some of the main members, like I'm not a big fan. You know what I mean? But so when they said, you know, when I found out that Batman wasn't going to be in the Penguin show, I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of disappointing, man. That kind of sucks. But holy crap. I mean, I was still excited because it was Matt Reeves behind it. And the Batman, I think, is the greatest comic book movie within the last 5 years. You know, it's freaking, or at least since 2022, it's still the best comic book film. It's just a freaking masterpiece. I don't know if I like it more. It's right there at The Dark Knight for me, man. I think The Dark Knight, okay, as a Batman fan, like as just a true Batman fan, I like the Batman more, like a lot more. I love it. But I think I put The Dark Knight ahead just because I think The Dark Knight's the better movie, but the Batman's the better Batman movie, if that makes any sort of sense. But oh my gosh, like did the Penguin do it right, man? And that just shows like the writing, what I talked about earlier. The writing was so good. I didn't even need Batman in it. It was so good. Colin Farrell is the best villain performance, like other than Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, since Heath Ledger's Joker, for me anyway. I mean, Josh Brolin's Thanos is up there. I love Tom Hiddleston's Loki, even though he's more kind of anti-hero now. But holy crap, was the show good, man. And that ending, I think the reason I loved it so much is because they kept him a bad guy. One thing I hate about villain movies so much now these days, or like whenever they do a villain story, is, you know, they try to make him have a sympathetic past, and so you understand what he's doing. Now, with certain bad guys and certain villains, that works. That low-key works. But the Penguin's a bad guy. When have you ever felt sympathetic about the Penguin, you know? It's just, that's what I loved about the show, is they maintained him being a bad, he was the villain of his show. Or he was the villain. You know, sure, he was going up against Sophia Falcone, and then there's the crime families that were antagonists and stuff. But based off the end, dude, I mean, fuck it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's your last chance. But, bro, when he killed Victor at the end, holy crap. That was... I think a part of me saw it, but I didn't expect... Actually, I did not expect that. Because, I expected towards the beginning of the show, but the thing is, they developed his character so much, I was kind of like... Oh man, like what are they gonna do? Is this gonna be an alternate version of Victor Zsasz? Obviously, like the more we saw his character, that wasn't the case, right? But I mean, holy crap, man! When he killed him, I mean, he was the Penguin's heart, and I think no matter what, he was gonna kill him at the end once he got to the top. But when Victor said, "Oh man, fuck this road, dude." Oh, I hate I-35 traffic. In the comics, if you hate fucking traffic. I mean, it's holiday traffic. I'm currently actually on my way home for Thanksgiving. But yeah, man, it's just when he, you know, I kind of expected him to kill him, but when he did at the end, it just blew my socks off. I think it's because Victor mentioned, you know, hey, you're like family to me, Oz. And when he did that, I mean, it was over for him. Like, as soon as he put his arm around, it's like, you know what, buddy? You know what? Gabagool. Just kidding. Oh, I'm on my third rewatch of The Sopranos. That's like one of the greatest shows ever. Do yourself a favor, watch it. But, yeah, I mean, he maintained being a bad guy. He's such a fucking creep. It's like, Colin Farrell was right. I saw an interview or something that said, like, man, you really like the character. He plays such a charismatic bad guy. But he said he didn't even, like, he would find it hard for people to like his character finding the show. And by golly, was he right? What they did, I think this is the best villain project out of Marvel and DC yet. You know what I mean? Like Venom, dude, the Venom movies are so bad. I actually really dig. They're fun bad, right? They're so bad they're good. But I really don't care for Let There Be Carnage. I thought the action was cool, but like it's just kind of like the last one, Last Dance. Holy crap, was that bad? I actually kind of liked the beginning, like, oh, this is kind of fun. Then holy shit, it ended up being the worst one. I actually kind of like the first one's a guilty pleasure. Like it's a bad movie, but it's a lot of fun. It was kind of a breath of fresh air. You know, it wasn't worried about any political messaging or just anything really. It was just like a 90s, stereotypical 90s superhero film, basically, or kind of that 90s aesthetic, right, with the modern technology. But this is the best villain thing yet. You know what, maybe y'all ask like, oh, did you see Joker 2? Bro, I'm not gonna see Joker 2. Maybe I'll see it. I was really skeptical. The Joker movie is weird for me because I actually really freaking love, like, I don't know if I love it anymore. I still really dig it. Joker's my favorite villain of all time. When it comes to cinematic villains, if you're looking at it from a movie's perspective, Joker, Darth Vader, Sauron from Lord of the Rings, but Joker's like my favorite villain of all time. He's one of my favorite characters ever. But the thing is, Joker's not a sympathetic bad guy. Now, I know it's Elseworlds, and so that allows, Todd Phillips could do whatever he wants, and I get that. And there is a scene in there that plays off the Killing Joke, like where he's talking to somebody, I can't remember, and all of a sudden it cuts to him banging his head on the door, and so you wonder, like, okay, did it actually happen? You know what I mean? Or is it just a dream, or all in his head? But the thing is, anyway, long story short, two things I'm trying to say. That's a movie that didn't need a sequel. And even though I was kind of excited because I liked the first trailer for the film, and I think Lady Gaga was probably perfect casting as Harley Quinn, all the YouTube channels I watched, they were all saying, and I don't listen to critics or YouTube channels. I like to see things for myself, right? But, broke college kid, I can't afford to go see every movie. And whenever there's one comic book channel that I trust their judgment, like on everything, we pretty much have almost have everything, like agreement and everything. They said it was awful, and I went ahead and spoiled the ending. I was like, you know what? Basically, what it does to previous Joker actors and shit, and it's just like, it's not even worth watching. And it's just kind of like, it tarnishes the first film. I heard a rumor that Todd Phillips actually regretted making the first movie. I may be wrong, but he might have regretted making the first movie because of, it kind of, I guess you could say it had the Homelander effect, right? Except the Homelander effect, it works in memes, and the people who actually shot them, they're crazy. I mean, Homelander is one of the best modern, I think, villains in like TV shows in a long time. I mean, he's a freaking great character, he's hilarious, but he's an evil son of a bitch. But like Joker, I think he regretted because some people were like, oh, I get behind it, whatever, blah blah blah. But the movie made billions. I mean, it was one of the highest grossing DC movies ever. It was crazy. It blew the box office. I heard a rumor he kind of regretted it, and the studio just dumped a truckload of money on him and Todd Phillips. I mean, him and Joaquin Phoenix, probably their doorsteps or something, and he probably made it. They probably just let him do whatever he wants, and maybe he was doing like a big fuck you to the fans or whatever. He definitely did what he wanted. It was an art piece, right? Or apparently what. I mean, from the trailers, the shots look good. I didn't see it. I probably won't go see it. But it's kind of like what Rob Zombie did with the Halloween 2 remake, right? He didn't want to make it, so when he finally did, he kind of wasted everyone's time. And first off, that didn't need a sequel. Long story short, I guess in related to the Penguin, while I'd say like, okay, the Penguin is better than the Joker, is that, even though it was Elseworlds, I give it that. I still really, really like the Joker. Maybe just the last time I saw it, it kind of I think the reason I'm iffy on it now, when I first saw it, man, I thought this movie's amazing, a masterpiece. Like, sure, it might be a rehash of Taxi Driver, but with a DC character. But I thought it was one of the best comic movies ever. I've rewatched it several times, and I rewatched it this summer. And even though I still really liked it and enjoyed it, I kind of didn't feel for it the same way, because as a huge of a Joker fan I am, they've used the Joker so much within the last 10 years. It's like sickening. Like, the reason what makes him such a big, awesome, amazing character is, they go through phases when they do, the Joker was never, he was only used when it was super important, man. And that's not a character, man, somebody's just killing me. That's not a character you waste, right? And so the fact that, he's been, there's so much oversaturation with Joker lately because he's a popular character. Yeah, he's my favorite villain of all time, but don't wear him out. Like, he's a special character. You use him for big things. You bring him back. So every time you do use him, it's a huge fucking deal. But the thing is, it's just my interpretation is the Joker. He's such a good villain. He's different from other villains, right? He's an unsympathetic character. He's not a character you could love him, but he's not a character you would ever side with, right? I mean, there's different interpretations. You can look at the Alan Moore or the Frank Miller. Frank Miller would be like Joker's pure evil. Alan Moore, he's insane. I think he's both, right? He's insane, but he's the fucking devil incarnate within the DC universe in a way, like symbolically, right, or metaphorically. I mean, you say Darkseid is literally the devil of DC universe, but like, come on, Joker is a monster, right? And it's just, I know, like the Joker movie, I know I'm sounding like broken record. I already said it. It's an Elseworlds, its own interpretation, but it's kind of like, okay, still, you made him, you made the audience kind of feel for him or whatever. The thing is, I guess one thing you could give the movie credit is that you feel for him until he goes too far, until he crosses that road. You're like, you stop feeling bad for him and you start being afraid of him. I do respect that, but I'm the kind of guy, like, that's the reason the Killing Joke is such a perfect comic book, man, is you don't, if he has a background, you'd prefer it to be multiple choice. I don't like the idea of us knowing where the Joker comes from. That's why the Heath Ledger interpretation is so fucking amazing. You don't know where he's come from. That's perfect, right? And I know every adaptation that we've had on the big screen is different, and they should be different, right? And like, I can't wait what Barry Keoghan's performance with the Joker is going to be in either the Batman Part 2 or Part 3, or whenever they have him pop up. I hope it's Part 3. Like, don't save him. Save it. We haven't a lot of Joker lately. But I don't like feeling sympathy. You shouldn't feel sympathy for the Joker. Again, that's just my interpretation. I could go in a whole video about it, but I think that's why the Penguin works better, is because, first off, it's within a Batman world. There's a Batman there, right? The Joker, there's not, Bruce Wayne's a kid. It's a different interpretation. But he stays a villain the whole time. Like, he's a evil son of a bitch. And anyway, it was just a perfect comic book show. I think DC's on a roll. I fucking love both Marvel and DC. I cannot wait for James Gunn's stuff. Just them organizing DC the way it's going to be, with the Elseworlds going forward and the main universe. Creature Commandos is right around the corner. It's less than 2 weeks, December 5th. It's coming up. That's next week, I think. And it's just I can't wait for that. And I heard a rumor, dude, that there might be, because it's the first DCU project. I thought it was going to be kind of its own thing, even though it's within the new DCU world with a couple Easter eggs. But apparently, I think it's probably going to set up more. I heard a rumor. I think Ping Pong Flicks, great YouTube channel by the way, he said that like there might be a chance that there might be an animated Superman, and like David Korn says Superman might first appear in Creature Commandos. If that's the case, dude, I can't fucking wait. DC's gonna be on a roll. The next DC projects that are confirmed that are like being made right now that I can't wait for is it's Creature Commandos, Superman, Peacemaker Season 2, which I think is actually I didn't realize it was going to be, I think going to be way sooner than what everyone was anticipating, which I think is awesome. I can't wait. And then Green Lanterns, I'm the biggest okay, Batman, Superman, Hal Jordan, okay? I'm a massive freaking Hal Jordan fan. Green Lantern's actually, even though Batman and Superman are my two favorite characters, Green Lantern he's right under them. Hal Jordan specifically, he's my favorite. Green Lantern is actually the character that got me in the comic books. Like, when I got around in the Green Lantern is when I got in the comic books, and the first comic book I ever read was Emerald Dawn. My dad had a lot of the Emerald Dawn, the post-crisis stuff. And anyway, Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run amazing. That's one thing I cannot wait for, is the Lantern show. And then after Lanterns, the Supergirl on tomorrow, based off Tom King's book, which is a masterpiece, by the way. It's pretty freaking good. One of his best stuff. But anyway, man, yeah, the Penguin's great. But anyway, I think that's it for right now, strugglers. Keep these short, but these are gonna be chapters of my life. Let's talk about whatever's going on. I might like go take it to a comic book store. I might be with Sister King or whatever, But yeah, I'm back. Come on, I'm back. Come on. All right, strugglers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, keep reading, and keep the pump.